Hey Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Dandavat Prabhuji. Okay, we'll start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavate uttamasloke bhaktir bhavati naistaki mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkrapa tamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namavam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So today 11, 12, right? Sloka?
Yes, Prabhuji, we have to read from 12.
We read 10 yesterday, Prabhuji. 11 we have to read, I think.
11, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so Hare Krishna. So let's continue reading. Who is going to read 11?
It was allocated to me.
Okay, please go ahead.
Mataji, you want to read the shloka or should I?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Madhuboja, Hare Krishna. Madhuboja, Madhuboja, Dasharharsha, Kukurandaka, Vrishnibi, Atmatulya Balairguptam, Nagair Bhogavatim Iva.
Thank you, Mataji. Translation. As Bhogavati, the capital of Nagaloka, is protected by the Nagas, so was Dwarka protected by the descendant of Vrishni. Bhoja, Madhu, Dasraha, Arha, Kukura, Andhaka, etc., who were as strong as Lord Krishna. Purport. The Nagaloka planet is situated below the Earth planet, and it is understood that the sun rays are hampered there. The darkness of the planet is, however, removed by the flashes of the jewels set on the heads of the Nagas, celestial serpents. And it is said that there are beautiful gardens, rivulets, etc., for the enjoyment of the Nagas. It is understood here also that the place is well protected by the inhabitants. So also the city of Dwarka was well protected by the descendant of Vrishni, who were as powerful as the Lord, in so far as he manifested his strength upon this earth. Hare Krishna.
So next, I think 4, 5 slokas explaining the glory of Dwaraka, how nicely it's decorated, what are the facilities, what are the roads, gardens, and how it is protected. All this in narrations given. Again, uh, from this lessons, what we can learn is that how we should manage our city. I mean, see, reading Bhagavatam is not just for the knowledge, so implement in our life. So that's how when the Lord was there itself, the city was maintained, how it is protected. Now, today, if you see how our cities are protected, how people are protected. So because Kshatriya is not there, Kshatriya means who protects the people from the harms, which is not there. So here, if you see that how they are nicely protected, we can see that. We'll read some more slokas, next 4-5 slokas, continuing. Whatever learnings we can take it from there. Okay, next one also we can read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
That's good.
Text 12. Sarva Rutu Sarva Vibhava Punya Vriksha Lata Ashrame Udyana Upavana Aramai Vritha Padmakara Shriyam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The city of Dwarakapuri was filled with the opulences of all seasons. There were hermitages, orchards, flower gardens, parks, and reservoirs of water breeding lotus flowers all over. Purport. Perfection of human civilization is made possible by utilizing the gifts of nature in their own way. As we find herewith in the description of its opulence, Dwaraka was surrounded by flower gardens and fruit orchards, along with the reservoirs of water and growing lotuses. There is no mention of mills and factories supported by slaughterhouses, which are the necessary paraphernalia of the modern metropolis. The propensity to utilize nature's own gifts is still there, even in the heart of modern civilized man. The leaders of modern civilization select their own residential quarters in a place where there are such naturally beautiful gardens and reservoirs of water, but they leave the common men to reside in congested areas without parks and gardens. Herein, of course, we find a different description of the city of Dwaraka. It is understood that the whole Dama, a residential quarter, was surrounded by such gardens and parks with reservoirs of water where lotuses grew. It is understood that all the people depended on nature's gifts of fruits and flowers without industrial enterprises promoting filthy huts and slums for residential quarters. Advancement of civilization is estimated not on the growth of mills and factories to deteriorate the finer instincts of the human being, but on the developing the potent spiritual instincts of human beings and giving them a chance to go back to Godhead. Development of factories and mills is called Ugra Karma, are pungent activities, and such activities deteriorate the finer sentiments of the human being and society to form a dungeon of demons. We find herein the mention of pious trees which produce seasonal flowers and fruits. The impious trees are useless jungles only, and they can only be used to supply fuels. In the modern civilization, such impious trees are planted on the sides of the roads. Human energy should be properly utilized in developing the finer senses of the spiritual understanding in which lies the solution of life. Fruits, flowers, beautiful gardens, parks, and reservoirs of water with ducks and swans playing in the midst of lotus flowers and cows giving sufficient milk and butter are essential for developing the finer tissues of the human body. As against this, the dungeons of mines, factories, and workshops develop demoniac propensities in the working class. The vested interests flourish at the cost of the working class, and consequently, there are severe clashes between them in so many ways. The description of Dwaraka Dama is the ideal of human civilization. Hare Krishna.
So further explanations of how Dwaraka city is. So Prabhupada says the perfection of human civilization made possible by utilizing the gifts of nature in their own way. So the nature provides for everything. We don't have to create anything. That's why Prabhupada is saying there's no need for factories. There's no need for slaughterhouses. Everything is there. Everything is there, nature. That's why Prabhupada always said that simple living, high thinking. Simple living, small village, little, vegetable grow, grains grow, and one cow, milk, enough. Easily a family can live. There's no need for big factories, big IT companies, not required. Because if our purpose is to perfect this human life and go back home, back to God, then all this is not required. What is required is the basic fundamentals. But our modern society gets into all this, Ugra Karma, Prabhupada says. Ugra Karma is unnecessary working hard, unnecessary stress, working for 12 hours, 15 hours, 16 hours, working overnight. This is not required. Human civilization, human life is meant for spiritual realization, not for Ugra Karma. Ugra Karma, donkey does. So donkeys have in the life, the work, but human is not for that. Human, yes, as a grastas, work for 8 hours, enough. Whatever comes from there, utilize it, be happy with that. Balance 8 hours for sleeping and cleaning, 8 hours, use it for Krishna service. This is where our intelligence should be there. This is where we should manage our time. Time is available for all of us, 24 hours is available. But it's only up to us how we can manage it for our own betterment, our own spiritual advancement. This is where we're missing link. But instead of that, we work, run behind. And end of the day, we are not going to achieve anything. That's a fact. There are today also in Western world, we see that they work for 5 days, earn, and weekend they spend everything and finish. Whatever the purpose, drinking, all those things, go to beach and enjoy money and finish. So what is the use of that Ugra Karma? Again, intoxication, gambling. So finish 2 days. And then Monday onwards again start working. Is this meant for human life? This is what Prabhupada is saying. There is no mention of mills and factories, suppose a slaughterhouse in Dwaraka. That was not need. Even whatever their artisans, like goldsmith, the blacksmith, and all those things, that's natural, the ingredients, plus vegetables, grains, milk. This is how the human society is. Not only human, every living entity is sustained with that, because that produces the food for every living entity. The factory cannot give food for others. Factory creates more pollutions. We see today, because of the factory, what happened to Mother Ganga, Mother Yamuna. It's all contaminated. Unnecessary factory, the waste is put in that. Such a pure Ganga is spoiled because of our own so-called economic development of factories. That's why we should go back to the nature. And wherever possible, we also should try support that. Yeah, it's not that easy, but we should that. That's why Prabhupada says it's understood that all the people depend on nature's gift of fruits and flowers without industrial enterprises promoting filthy huts and slums for residential quarters. Prabhupada also says that leaders, they go to nice places. Even today we can see the political leader, they have big farmhouse, they have everything. But for others, slums or the small huts or the apartments, in the huge apartments, and inside nothing is there. And sometimes water facility is not there, and all this garbage goes inside that. Because of that, cockroach comes, all this problem comes. So whereas leaders, they enjoy somewhere in the farmhouse, they have their own place. That's why Prabhupada says development of factories and mills is called Ugra Karma, or pungent activities. Such activities deteriorate the finer sentiments of the human being and society from dungeons of demons. So we could produce more and more demons from that, because this nature naturally agitates the people. Now we see the traffic jam. The traffic, people are getting frustrated. They get angry. The small here and there, somebody parks, they get scream. They get angry. There are so many, the fights happening on the road because of small things, because of the unnecessary traffic jam. Why? It's created by us. It's our own Ugra Karma. So that's where we should think. I don't know what solution all of us can do. Yeah, we can contribute bit wherever possible. Prabhupada says human energy should be properly utilized in developing the finer sense of spiritual understanding, in which lies the solution of life, not solution for these material things. There's no need for the solution for that. What we need is solution of a real problem. Janma Mityu Jara Vyadi. There is a real problem. We need to find a solution for that, because that's how I can go back home, back to Godhead. Otherwise, I love to again come back and here work for another millions of life, like donkeys, hogs, and pigs. So if you want to finish that, we have to think, what is that best I should do? How I can give up everything, focus on my Krishna conscious activities. How can I get engaged in Krishna service? Prabhupada says, you take anxiety for Krishna, not for your own sense gratifications or your material work. The material work and sense gratification, you don't have to take anxiety. Anxiety will come anyway. But you take anxiety for Krishna service. This is where our change has to happen. We should plan for Krishna's services. We should work hard. How can I engage other people for Krishna service? This is what Prabhupada did. Prabhupada did so much trouble to go to America, bring these people. Why? He could have easily sat in Vrindavan, Radha Damodar temple. He could have done his japa and could have done that. But he didn't know that. He went all the way to cargo ship, Jaladuta in America, struggling and preaching those hippies because his Guru Maharaj told that you should go to Paschal. And what Prabhupada told us? Help me to spread the Krishna consciousness. Help me to distribute books. Help me to distribute prasadam. Help me to distribute holy name. This is what Prabhupada wanted us. We should all do that, because that's the only way we can pay back our debt to Srila Prabhupada. So as much as distribute now, Gita Marathon is coming, Gita Jayanti is coming, distribute Bhagavad Gita as many as possible. Sometimes people say, no, I don't have capacity. No, definitely you have capacity. All of us got capacity. Look, take out our contact and phone. Each one will have 500, 600 minimum. Make at least 10 calls per day. Just request, yes, Gita Jayanti is coming. Will you take at least one or maybe 5, 10 Bhagavad Gitas? Now, New Year is coming. Everybody want to give some gift. Let them give Bhagavad Gita as a gift. That's the best thing they can do. So each one, our colleagues, friends, relatives, there's so many ways we can do that. With that, we are doing a favor to them. We are not doing any harm. Sometimes people say, no, how can I ask? By asking, you are doing a favor to them. This is where our change of attitude has to be that. This we have to do. That's why Prabhupada says here, the vested interest flourish in the cost of working classes, and consequently there is severe clash between them in the many ways. Because the society, the leaders, a vested interest, they accumulate the property, they accumulate wealth and leave the poor to suffer. But Krishna consciousness is not like that. Krishna consciousness is distribute everything to the people. Equally distribution, the welfare of the people, either to prasadam or books or whatever, somehow engage them in Krishna services. This is a real paropakara. This, all of us should do it. Each one should think about it. What I am doing for society. Society has given so much to me. What I am doing. Otherwise I'm ungrateful to society. I'm a debt to the society. This is where I should think. Let me do something back to the society. Either poor people or students or anywhere, somehow, something we have to do. This is how Prabhupada finally says, the description of Dwaraka Dham is ideal human civilization. So why this comes in Bhagavatam? So for us to realize it. In our society, this is the ideal, this is the standard we should set. But we'll have our own limitations because we may not have control on the city, but at least we can control within our home or wherever we can do. At least we can do that because outside we may not have control. Yeah, only control we'll have that to vote to the right person, right candidate, so that some development can happen. People may say that everybody is bad. At least select best among the bad. Do something. Because nowadays people don't vote also. That's another challenge. Okay, so we'll move the next sloka 13. Who's reading 13?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it's me.
Yeah, please.
Gopura Dwara Margeshu.
Gopura Dwara Margeshu Krata Kautuka Toranam Chitradvaja Patakagrair Anta Pratiha Tata Tatapam
Thank you,
Anta
Mata.
Pratiha Tatapam Gopuradvara Markeshu Krata Kautuka Toranam Chitra Dvaja Patakagrair Anta Pratiha Tatapam.
Thank you, Mataji. Translation and purport by His Grace.
His Divine Grace is Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Yeah.
Okay. Translation: the city gateway, the household doors, and festooned arches along the roads were all nicely decorated with festive signs like plantain trees, mango leaves, and all to welcome the Lord. Flags, garlands, and painted signs and slogans all combined to shade the sunshine. Purport: signs of decoration in special festivals were also collected from the gifts of nature, such as the plantain trees, mango trees, fruits and flowers. Mango trees, coconut palms, and plantain trees are still accepted as auspicious sign. The flags mentioned above were all painted with the picture of either Garuda or Hanuman, the two great servitors of the Lord. For devotees, such paintings and decorations are still adored, and the servitors of the Master is paid more respect for the satisfaction of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Correct. The further explanation of Dwaraka, how it is. So, the city gateway household doors are fastened with arches along the roads. See, this, of course, again, we don't have to get into the details. The how we should decorate daily, putting rangoli, putting some mango leaves. These are all auspicious things. Even plantain leaves and flowers. This is our traditional Vedic culture, Sanatana Dharma based on this. That's why in Sanatana Dharma, the whole society lives so harmoniously. See any festival happens there. How the collaboration happens, everybody cooperates together and the whole society gets engaged. And everything comes from nature. There is no plastics. There is no artificial things. Everything natural. So that, see, the natural product helps the nature also. And the nature, like for example, plantain leaves or this one, when they put in earth, they become kind of fertilizers. Whereas plastic today, they become real problem to the society. Sometimes we see the cows eat and the plastic goes into their stomach. How the suffering happens because of our own the so-called industrialization. So if you go with the naturally, which is everything merged into the earth, then earth also becomes good. Society also no pollution. That's why Prabhupada says these are all auspicious things. And also the flags, Prabhupada quotes about, the flags are marked with the Garuda and Hanuman. Of course, Garuda is a carrier of Lord Vishnu. Hanuman, who served Lord Ram, and Hanuman, he was there in Mahabharata also, sitting on Arjuna's flag, Kapidwaja, we call it. Because wherever Hanuman is there, wherever Garuda is there, no demonic mentality can come. So in today's life also, if we can invite Garuda or Hanuman in our life, no demonic mentality can come because they are the greatest servant of the Lord, and wherever they always the Krishna's mercy there. Prabhupada finally says such paintings and decorations are still adored, and the servitor of the master is paid more respect for the satisfaction of the Lord. So servants are paid respect. Even see our olden days, the servants are never illiterated. I mean, nowadays, completely exploited. I was talking the other day, the corporate world today, the people, they don't even call them a people, they call resource. For them is another resource, like another machine. That's it. The day he is not producing, is thrown out. But olden days is not like that. The person will be like a family member, the labor or whatever it is. He's like a equally family member. They will work together, they eat together. This is our culture. But somehow we have lost that culture. We should bring back possible that culture. That's where ISKCON is helping. Devi Varnashrama Dharma. If you go to any ISKCON temple, there's no discrimination, whether it's rich or poor. They all eat together, the same place. Whether it's white, is a black, whether it's rich or poor, there is no discrimination. That's how the society should be there. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur writes, the city appeared splendid with the lakes and or lotus pools, Parandamakara, Padmakara, surrounded by the forest for recreation of giving flowers, grows and fruits, and with the grows of pious creepers and trees, living flowers all seasons. So wherever nature is, we don't have to create artificial fountains, artificial swimming pools, or put a chlorine on that. All those are not required. Natural flow river is enough. But we cannot go to the river today because river is contaminated with the factory, the waste. So all these are done by our own so-called industrialization. That's where we should think. Okay, we'll read the one more quick.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
The Sammarjita Maha Marga Ratyapanaka Satwaram Sittam Kanda Jalair Uptam Phala Pushpasha Tankurai. Purport and translation by yes, Mataji.
Sammarjita Mahamarga Ratyapanaka Chatvaram Siktam Gandha Jalayam Phala Pushpaka Satankurai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Purport, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada J. Translation: the highways, subways, lanes, markets, and public meeting places were all thoroughly cleansed and then moistened with scented water. And to welcome the Lord, fruits, flowers, and unbroken seeds were strewn everywhere. Purport: scented waters prepared by distilling flowers like rose and cora were requisitioned to wet the roads, streets, and lanes of Dwaraka Dama. Such places, along with the marketplace and public meeting places, were thoroughly cleansed. From the above description, it appears that the city of Dwarakadama was considerably big, containing many highways, streets, and public meeting places with parks, gardens, and reservoirs of water, all very nicely decorated with flowers and fruits. And to welcome the Lord, such flowers and fruits with unbroken seeds of grain were also strewn over the public places. Unbroken seeds of grain or fruits in the seedling stage were considered auspicious, and they are still so used by the Hindus in general of festival days. Hindus in general of on festival days. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada. So for the description of Dwaraka Dham, how the highways, lanes, marketplaces, public places, how nicely cleansed, and not only cleansed, moistened with a scented water. This is how the city today. I mean, if somebody says scented water, forget scented water. We cannot even go to the street. That's how. So again, who is responsible? Yes, we are responsible, because cleansing is not just a department's job, it's our responsibility also. Are we doing it? We are the one only put the dust and we blame. That's also there. But now here theme is that why they do that? They do everything to welcome the Lord. So if you see that throughout, because they want to welcome the Lord, they want to bring the Lord. All these ingredients, there's nice opportunities created so that they can invite the Lord. So that's what our mood should be, that because we should bring Lord or Lord's pure devotees. When they come, the whole place gets automatically purified. That's why Prabhupada says, and welcome the Lord with such flowers and fruits with unbroken seeds and grains were all strewn all over the public places. This is how the Lord is welcomed. This is how we should welcome the Lord. And also Prabhupada finally says, the unbroken seeds and grains even still considered auspicious, and still the people are using it. This is how our the society should manage. Vishnu Chakra Thakur writes, the gopuras are city gates, dwaras are doors, and the heat of the sun was stopped from the entering the within by the flag. The purpose of using the flags to like a shade. Of course, shade road is full of trees, plants, flowers. Naturally, the weather condition also becomes good, because wherever the plants, the fruits, and the water reservoir there, kind of weather is also becomes cool. So there's no need of air condition. Today we cut the trees and put air condition. Air condition releases more heat and becomes more problem. So we are all going into the different innovation. We are into the cycle of creating more and more problems. Okay. Anyway, I'll stop here. Devotees can share their thoughts. If I said something wrong, please forgive me. I don't know. Okay, who want to start? Maybe Asha Mata, you want to start?
Krishna Prabhuji,
Yes, Mataji.
how nature can take care of us is my takeaway today, and how auspicious the things which are available in the nature.
Okay. It's Archana Mataji. Want to add anything? No?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, I understood, how they had Dwarka
Sorry, I
Vasis
could not hear you.
Hare Krishna. I understood how Dwarka Vasis had welcomed Krishna to Dwarka. Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Devotee is able to hear me?
Now,
Yes,
yes, Prabhuji.
Sorry. Okay. Oh, and it between got disconnected, huh?
Yes, Prabhuji, it looked like.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Maria Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Those days, actually, our karma was to serve Bhagavan. The people were also engaged in all spiritual activities, farming, then herding of cattle. They spend their time in this way. But there is no distraction also for the people due to all modern technologies right now. There are some advantages. We are all meeting all over this Zoom meeting. It is an advantage actually. So, but a lot of disadvantages which we face nowadays, that which creates all the people with the demonic sense of enjoying this material activities, and we are forgetting the origin of our Bhagavan. So everywhere, you can take everything is polluted right now. Actually, nothing is pure in this universe as such. Then, in the case of this Hanuman and Garuda, normally Garuda is called as in Tamil, they used to call big Tiruvadi. Hanuman is called as small Tiruvadi. So they will be there everywhere, wherever the Bhagavan is there, their presence will be there. Hanuman's flag is being used for success. Even in Bhagavatam also, Arjuna's what is it called? There will be flag on there.
Yeah.
So I think the last verse, when you look at it, I think we can see a lot of people, even in political leaders, they all decorate. When their leaders comes, they decorate all this with fruits, flowers, everything. I think they've taken it from this Bhagavatam or something like that. It looks like that. Right? But they spoil the whole thing, and they are all doing it in the demonic ways of things actually.
True.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, nothing more to add actually.
Yeah. Okay, Mariappan Prabhu, anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I can understand the glories of Dwaraka, how it was abundantly rich with all natural resources. And that is an example, not alone Dwaraka, but the entire Bharatavarsha have been very rich in culture, very rich in natural requirements for the human beings, and they were enjoying like anything, I feel. Slowly it started deteriorating after Lord Krishna has left this world, and now in the present world, present material world is emerged as a big what prison, a kind of prison or a kind of big toilet, they say again and again. And those days they have maintained, well maintained in the presence of Lord. They have really enjoyed the real civilization and the real quality of life. And Ugra Karma is being highlighted. That is quality of demands, always with a complete ambition of materialistic enjoyment. Every human being is drawn like anything now to enjoy the materialistic nature of this prison-like materialistic world. For highly precious life of human life, we must realize that the precious human life is for spiritual progress, spiritual advancement, and we must ensure absolute Krishna consciousness among all our fellow human beings. Every living entities are blessed with adequate natural gifted fruits and agricultural products that we must realize. And unfortunately, leaders and rich people live in a selfish natural environment, and whereas common men are left to suffer in the materialistic nature of the world. To overcome all prevailing hell-like living environment, we must enter in Krishna consciousness and perform holy devotional services like sharing Krishna consciousness to society at large, and book distribution, and all precious devotional services, especially among younger generation, must be provided top priority to encourage in enter in Krishna consciousness, and to welcome the Lord. Perfect and auspicious procedures have been maintained by Dwarakavasis, and we must try to recover back all those nature, and we must enter in Krishna consciousness at large. That is the only solution to overcoming all these existing problems. That much I have understood, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
The situation is going to be worse in coming years. So better, I mean, at least this life, human life, let's get back home, back to Godhead. Let's not even look for another life. So,
Yes, certainly, Prabhuji.
yes, Roja Mataji, anything you want to say? No. Sridevi Mataji. Roja Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Like we should not do Ugra Karma in like we should not overwork. But we are supposed to work sometimes, but we should parallelly maintain Bhakti Yoga and work parallelly. We should learn to balance things. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, corporate world is like that. They demand, but somewhere we have to strike a balance. We have to communicate them. No, I will work only this much. Sometimes, yeah, they may not give you the expected promotion increment, but we have to see which is more important for us. Somewhere you have to strike a balance. Yes. Sridevi Mataji. Okay. Yes, Mataji.
So, the capital of Nagaloka is Bhogavati. So, how Bhogavati is protected by the serpents, spiritual serpents, Nagas. So, Dwarka is protected by descendants of Vishnu, Bhoja, Madhu, Dashara, Arha, Kukura, Andakara, etc. They were as strong as Lord Krishna. They were protected by the Dwarka. So Dwarka was surrounded by flower gardens and fruit orchards, along with reservoirs of water and growing lotuses. Here, Prabhupada explains that advancement of civilization is not construction of so many factories, maintaining factories and mills, but development of the potential spiritual development should be there. That development of factories and mills is nothing but Ugra Karma. That is not required. Just, I mean, if we raise nice, I mean, if we do much agriculture and if we rear cows and calves, and from them we get sufficient milk and butter, and that is very much essential for the development of our finer tissues of the human body. That simple way is enough for our living. No need of all the new technologies and all. That's what Prabhupada explains. And the city gateway, the houses, doors, and food, and festooned arches along with the roads were all nicely decorated with festive signs like plantain trees and mango leaves to welcome the Lord.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Anything? Varsha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the class. So in every point I was looking for myself only. I mean, our anxiety is towards something, money and work and all those things only. And we are utilizing all these electronic things and leaving this natural thing. Instead of going, I will go for a walk and we'll take the lift and we are being called as resources. So all those things I was like, yeah, we are also doing that. So we'll try to avoid it from now, Prabhuji.
It's not easy because we are already engrossed in that. It's not easy.
Yes, Prabhuji.
We have to make conscious effort wherever possible. At the same time, technology or science is not bad. Prabhupada says that utility is a principle. Like Prabhupada at that time, dictaphone was there. He was using for translating. So it's not that mobile is bad, but use it only for that extent, then keep it aside. So somewhere we have to make that conscious effort. Yeah, otherwise little difficult. Okay, thank you all for joining. So we'll stop here. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyavasya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Ananta koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grantaraj Bhagavatam ki jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. We'll invite more people for tomorrow. Possible, please request them to join. Hare Krishna.
Prashadeshwar Prabhuji class ki jai.